Hey guys, how you doing? Jeff here, and I haven't done a video in a while because, well, just been busy, life, the universe, and everything. But I'm back at it today. Today, we got to talk about pretty much episode 3 of season 2 to episode, what, we're on 6 now? Chapter 14. Basically, chapter 10 to chapter 14. And, of course, there will be spoilers when I go heavily into the review of 14, but we got to do a quick roundup of the 3 previous episodes because I'm at a little bit of a quandary. Because on the one hand, the show's been on fire since episode 3, going to episode 6. I mean, every episode has just built on and gotten better. I mean, first we had Bo-Katan show up, or the Darksaber. Then we went back to Navarre, and we caught up with, Mando's friends. Damn it, I can't remember Carl Weathers' name for the life of me, and Cara Dune, which was nice, and, we got some more backstory. Then we got the next episode, and of course, we got Ahsoka Tano. And of course, everybody kind of on the Phantom Menace side was whining, oh, the Lekkus weren't right, oh, this, oh, that, and some of us were like, yeah, to do some of those scenes, you just can't have Lekku that big. It would have made Rosario Dawson's job just almost impossible. It's like, well, why don't you do it in post with CGI? Because Mandalorian's on a budget and they don't want to balloon it. Remember, they're trying to put in as little effort as possible for the maximum amount of return. So you kind of have to do that. And of course, we got to this episode. Now, these last 4 episodes have been freaking amazing. But they're showing a fundamental flaw with the show itself. That the Mandalorian, while he's the thread that keeps this show together, is not the driving force. He can't carry the show on his own very well. It's always, like in the first episode, Boba Fett's armor. The second episode, which everybody universally panned as boring, as nothing really happened. Third episode, it was pretty much carried by Bo-Katan and her other Mandalorians. The fourth episode was carried by Cara Dune. What's his name? God damn it, I can never remember his name for the life of me. No, Carl Weathers. I'm just going to say Carl Weathers. And they brought back a guy from season 1, which was kind of funny and also helped carry the episode. The next episode, pretty much entirely carried by Ahsoka Tano. And, of course, this episode, now we're going into spoiler territory. And spoiler, it's going to be like this. Yes, Boba Fett finally makes his big appearance. And Taika Waititi was freaking amazing. Anyways, Taika Waititi returns and he plays Boba Fett. And I know certain people are like, oh, Star Wars is dead to me, Boba Fett's dead to me. Steak, I'm sorry, you're wrong. We finally got to see Boba Fett in his element, where he turns into a badass. Boba Fett in this episode was just absolutely amazing. He basically showed why he's one of the biggest and baddest mother effers around. He with a gaffy stick and a sand person rifle, he basically takes out a squad of stormtroopers by himself. Oh, and the assassin sniper Ming-Na Wei's character, she comes back, and may I say, just so you all know, that woman's 53 years old. So that whole, Bo-Katan can't look her age. Yeah, Ming-Na Wei is in her 50s. Just shove that shit. Just shove it. And, of course, she is awesome. And, of course, she now is in service of Boba Fett since it is proven that it was Boba Fett who saved her life. Which I love the continuity going backwards. And there's one major thing that I have to say. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this whole idea that Jango Fett was never a Mandalorian, Jon Favreau, canonically, period, end of story, stop, has put to bed the argument. Yes, Jango Fett, the Mandalorian, he was a foundling. That armor is Mandalorian. It is Beskar. So, the argument, that Jango Fett's armor isn't, no, it is Beskar. It's Beskar armor. And it's the same armor that Jango Fett that Boba Fett wears the entire time. So it is A, put to bed that yes, Boba Fett's armor is Beskar. 2, yes, he is Mandalorian. 3, serious argument to be made that Boba Fett is also Mandalorian by default, since he's basically a foundling of his father or the child. So he's born Mandalorian. So now does Jango Fett follow the code per se? No, not really. But certain people in Death Watch didn't really either. They just wore the armor. So that argument that Jango Fett wasn't a Mandalorian, blah blah blah, null, void, put to bed. You all are wrong. Shut the fuck up about that. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have put that shit to bed. It is done. It is over. Jango Fett is Mandalorian, and it is fucking canon. Suck it, y'all fucking haters. Suck it long. Suck it hard. Alright, now, as far as the rest of the episode going, I've also seen complaints about, Tython wasn't what we saw in the comic books and Star Wars The Old Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, The Mandalorian, even though it's backed by Disney and Lucasfilm, has a finite budget. They do not have endless resources. And if you've seen the quarterly earning report, the only thing keeping Disney afloat right now is Disney Plus, and they ain't got a lot of money to throw around. Now, if we weren't in the circumstances that we are with the beer bug and all that, you might have a point. But we are on reduced circumstances here, people. I know people, it's not this, it's not that, it's not everything I drink. Look, expectations, people. Y'all are putting way too much into a small little show that has a decent budget, but it does have to do other things with that budget. I mean, it had to put in the Orcatins. We lost the Razor Crest. It got blown to shit. We got to see the Slave 1. Looked fucking awesome. And Taika Waititi back in the Boba Fett armor. Awesome. When he put that armor on, I was like, Boba Fett is back, bitches, and you're about to see why he's the biggest and baddest motherfucker around. Yeah, I know I swore I hit the F-bomb, but I had to because it needed it. Because, my God, seeing Boba Fett back in action, that was awesome. And it proves to all those haters that, Boba Fett was a joke, he was a clown. Now, Boba Fett's an ass kicker. And like I said, Ming-Na Wen's character, she probably took out about another squad on her own. And we're also dipping more into Legends. Because Death Troopers! Granted, they didn't do much, but Death Troopers! Yeah. And of course, Moff Gideon, Giancarlo Esposito. The man was on point again. I mean, the episode, in my opinion, I know mileage varies and certain people have other problems, and there are other people it's like, I've got so many things wrong with this and it wasn't everything that it I gave it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was fan-fucking-tastic. It was probably the best episode of the season, if not the series so far. And they even threw back to that one former Imperial sniper that was on that one heist to break out the male Twi'lek. Yeah, Mando is now going to go break him out because he needs to go find Moff Gideon. And yes, Moff Gideon did get the child finally. And it was funny to see Space Pikachu because, there's Baby Yoda and then there's his name Grogu, which I think is stupid. No, I'm calling him Space Pikachu. Space Pikachu, basically force choking, slamming around a pair of stormtroopers and Moff Gideon just watching with glee. That scene with Baby Yoda beating the crap out of the stormtroopers, that was funny. But overall, those are my thoughts. And again, to wrap this up, the Mandalorian does have a significant problem, and it relies a little too much on nostalgia. But then nostalgia, they've been doing the nostalgia right, but it's definitely been, Grief Karga, that's Carl Weathers's name. I remember at the end. Funny that. But it's more sad the fact that the Mandalorian is heavily more reliant on the side characters and the guest characters than it is its main hero. I mean, he's the thread that ties it all together, but he's not something that can carry it on his own. He needs the bigger cast, and that is definitely a problem with the show. It's definitely a weakness. But considering what they keep giving us, yeah, it's good. Oh, and Baby Yoda on the stone and all that, and the fact that the force power was so powerful, it was knocking the Mando away, that was quite impressive. But, like I said, overall, 9 out of 10. This week's episode was fantastic. The Mandalorian's been on a roll. I'm enjoying it. I know other people, it's dead to you. There's other problems. You're all nitpicking certain stuff. Look, there's a time to nitpick, and there's a time to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I know and I will also point out to Geeks and Gamers Jeremy, pointing out that The Mandalorian cannot save Star Wars, and no, it can't. Taken in isolation, it's damn good. And if you just look at it as an addition past the original trilogy and forget the sequels even exist, it does fix a lot of things. Especially Boba Fett, which was something that needed to happen. Boba Fett needed to have his day, and he finally got it, and he finally got to overwrite what happened in Return of the Jedi when it came to Boba Fett, and we got to see why Boba Fett is the badass he is, that we've always been talked about. Because, yes, in this episode, Boba Fett was a clear badass. But anyways, I'm Jeff. There's the video. Y'all tell me what you think below about the series so far, the last episode. Let's get this debate started, and I'll catch you next time.